and welcome to my channel. This is week 32 of my weight loss journey, which I started the first week in January. Anybody that hasn't been to my channel before, I started with Weight Watchers and now I do calorie counting with an app called Weight Loss Resources, which I have set to lose ½ pound a week. I do exercise an hour on the treadmill every day, which I add into the app, and I do eat those calories. So I really eat the maximum amount of calories I can to still try and lose weight. So my aim is to lose 2 pounds in a month. And so far in the week of August, I've lost £1. So I only need to lose another £1 for the rest of the month. Since January, I have lost 3 stones, 8.5 pounds. 3 stones, 8.5, yeah. So I'm very pleased with that. I didn't leave Weight Watchers because I wasn't enjoying the plan and it wasn't working. I just felt that I could do it on my own. And it did give me a huge boost to get going. So I'm going to get into the things I have to show you this week, new things, because I've got quite a lot to show. I just pressed my machine to keep it alive. This week, I don't know if you've ever heard of someone called Yotam Ottolenghi. He's a chef who owns a restaurant in London, and he also has about 8 cookbooks out. I've heard him on several programmes, and I've got quite a few of his cookbooks, and his food always sounds gorgeous. He uses lots of different herbs and spices and spice blends, quite exotic cooking. It's not always vegan or even vegetarian, but a lot of it is. And I think the things that aren't vegan can be very easily made vegan in the cookbooks. And I've looked at the cookbooks and thought how nice the food would be, but it's not the sort of thing I would cook. I'm normally chilies, curries, all that sort of thing. And recently I've decided I'd like to try some of the recipes and some of the foods and flavours that he uses, and he has a book that's actually called Flavour, which a few of my friends are using to cook from. So I looked at the list at the beginning of the book of some of the foods that he recommends that you buy, and it's all very sort of more on the expensive line of herbs and spices and foods. And I often think, oh, it's not for me, that sort of thing. I mean, you know, I'll buy lazy garlic and, you know, all the sort of cheaper end of things. And I look at these expensive things and I think, oh no, you know, it's too much to pay for that kind of thing. This week I thought I was going to try some. Because I was looking when I went to Ocado and they had a lot of the ingredients there. And I thought, well, I don't drink and I don't smoke. We never get a takeaway, we don't go out for meals, we don't go on holiday, we haven't got a car or any sort of transport to pay for. If we go out for the day, we walk and take a picnic and a flask. So, you know, other people spend on these sorts of things. Why shouldn't I spend on something that I would enjoy, which is some of these new ingredients? I've used some of them so far. I've bought quite a few new things. I've used some and some I have yet to try. So I'm going to show you what I've bought, and perhaps you can tell me if you've ever used any of these things and what you did with them. The first thing I bought was something called, it's called Cook with M&S. It's called Gochujang Hot Chili Paste. That's Gochujang, Gochujang Hot Chili Paste, which I've got here. I'm going to try and pick these things up without actually knocking them all off the table, which I have done before. So that's this gochujang chili paste, which I haven't tried before. I believe it's going to be very hot. It's only a tiny jar. So I'm looking forward to that. The other thing I bought to try was this. This is Bart's black garlic paste or garlic puree. I've never tried black garlic before. I am unsure as to why it's going to be different from ordinary garlic, but I'm hoping it is. I haven't tried it yet. That's because I did buy as well from Marks and Spencer's this Spanish bulb of garlic. Look at the size of that. It's massive, and the bulbs, not the bulbs, what do you call them, the cloves are so plump and juicy. I have to say, M&S, I've been a bit disappointed in their vegetables, but I bought this Spanish garlic. I bought some red chilies and I bought some ginger, root ginger, and it was all absolutely gorgeous. It was so fresh and plump and juicy. Because the garlic paste I normally buy is this one. It's still the same, it's Bart's, but it's the ordinary garlic paste. Andy said you can see that this one's white, and he said the other garlic paste is as black as the ace of spades. So I don't know, I'm looking forward to trying that. I'd love to know if anybody else has tried it. So that's those things. I had to write them down because some of them have got names that I can't pronounce or remember. So that's the paste, the black, yeah, I've done that. Right, this is called Beldy Pickled Lemons. Pickled preserved lemons. I'll twist it around so you can see. Pickled preserved lemons. Anybody tried those before? I haven't tried them yet. I'm not quite sure what to do with them. I'm going to have to have a look in the book. But he uses them a lot in his recipes, these preserved lemons. I can't imagine what they're going to taste like, really. I'm dying to find out, so I haven't tried those yet. Now, what else have we got here? There's some really exciting things coming up. Now this is just a jar I saw and fancied. It's called Mr. Organic Seton and crushed chili and tomato sauce. That's this chap here. It's a funny sized jar though. It looks like it's a bit too much for one person and not enough for two. So I bought 2 jars of it. It sounds quite thick when you shake it. I don't know what that's going to be like. I presume it's going to be like Seton chunks in a tomato sauce. I haven't tried that yet. I'm going to keep that in for a rainy day. It sounds nice though, doesn't it? So that's that. You can see I've gone mad, haven't I? Yeah, the tomato sauce. Right, now this next things I'm going to show you are a make called Brindisa. B-R-I-N-D-I-S-A. Brindisa. And the first thing I'm going to show you are the butter beans. Now Ottolenghi, sorry, I've got the wrong jar. Ottolenghi said that these are the best butter beans that you can buy, and as you can see they come in a little jar and they're made to look very homemade because they've got, when you go to fairs and they've got a paper around the top and an elastic band underneath the jar lid keeping it on to make it look, I suppose to make it look like a cottage industry. It's a small jar. I think it's, is it 250 or 300 grams? And it was £3.50 in money for this little jar. Now, he said it was the best butter beans that you could buy. And I have to agree, they're like giant butter beans and they are incredibly soft. They really are melt in your mouth, these butter beans. I think they're, well, I don't know, £3.50 for a jar of butter beans. I would buy them again, absolutely buy them again. They were delicious. It did say on the, the write-up on, because I got them from Ocado, that they were so good that you could eat the water it came in like a sauce, but we found it was too salty. I wouldn't be able to eat that. I had to rinse them just a little bit. I poured away the liquid and I rinsed them just a bit to get some of the salt off because they were very salty. So that was that Brindisa, and they are absolutely delicious. So I've also bought in the same make, this is a great big 650 gram jar, black beans. These are, I've made these for tea and they are absolutely delicious. I could never cook black beans like that. They were really great big fat giant black beans, and again the water was a bit salty for me, so I did rinse them, but I did try one. I fried up garlic and onions and chilies and put this in with some cumin. And they were so gorgeous. Definitely I would buy those again. They were gorgeous. I can't remember how much they were money wise. I think they were about £3 or £4. And in the same make, which I haven't tried yet, lentils. Again, they've all got this paper around the top and the elastic band. So this is Brindisa lentils. This is a big 650ml jar. I'm not sure that anybody could cook lentils better than me because they tend to go soft anyway. I don't know, you know, they're pretty soft thing, but I'm keen to try. But I'm so made up with that make, and I'll be buying those again. They had a whole section of their foods in. They must be. Do you think they're Spanish? It sounds Spanish to you. It sounds Spanish to me. But they had a whole section of foods made by this company. Not all of it vegan. I noticed some of it was, what's that, Spanish sausage, you know, things like that. But I am going to try more of their things because although they were very expensive, I thought they were worth every penny. So that's that, the lentils, the black beans. Right, next thing he said, get a really expensive, good virgin olive oil. And I didn't know what to get. There were lots there. I didn't know which was the best make, so I got this one, which is called, I think it's called Gruffalo. Let's have a look. Garofalo extra virgin olive oil. There it is. It's so posh that it's even got the the writing. It's like sticking out of the glass on the side. So that's the Garofalo. This should have been £12. It's only a 500ml bottle. Should have been £12, but they had it on offer for £4.50. So I thought, right, well that's the one I'll try. I had a hell of a job getting into it though. I unscrewed the lid and it had some convoluted plastic dispensing thing on the top which I couldn't work out, and I ended up just cutting it off with a knife, so I don't know how you're supposed to work it. And I used it the day I got it, and when it comes out it's not like any olive oil I've had before where it just runs out like liquid. It dripped out thick, really thick. It was gorgeous. So then I made a bit of a mistake because I've put it in the fridge, and when I went to use it today, it won't pour. It won't pour at all. It's gone like solid in the jar. So I presume you're not supposed to keep olive oil in the fridge. I don't know. Anyway, I've taken it out of the fridge now, and I'll leave it out and let it thaw out. It's obviously a bit like I did that with coconut oil. That went solid in the fridge, so perhaps this is the same, but it won't pour out anyway. And another thing that I use, and I've used for a long time, but I thought I'd show it today, which is another thing that Yotam Ottolenghi put me on 2 years ago, so you might have a bit of spillage down this. This is Pomegranate Molasses, which is one of my all-time favourite ingredients. It's really tangy. It's not as sweet as it sounds. It's really, really tangy, and a few drips of this inside anything really, stir fries, curries, anything, just gives the most fantastic flavour. Mine's got cling film around the top. Again, it's quite expensive. I think it was about £4 for this bottle. And when I bought two because they were on offer. And when I got them home, it's got a screw top lid, but the threads are gone in both of them. So when I tried to unscrew the lid, the lid just screwed round and round and round and round and wouldn't come off. So I didn't know what to do, so I just got a knife and hacked a hole into the top of the lid. And so now I pour it out through the lid, and I've just got some cling film round. I don't know what it is it? I seem to have trouble getting in everything this week. Maybe the more you pay, the harder it is to get into. Now is that everything? I'll just go down to the bottom. Oh, my hands are sticky now. Yeah, pomegranate molasses, I've told you about that, and that's it, yeah. So they are all the things, I just turned my machine off, that I've bought this week. Oh, pretty posh stuff. If you've tried any of those things, I would love to know what you thought of them. I highly recommend the butter beans if you can stretch to them. I know that they're, I won't eat tin butter beans because I think they're, I don't know, they're rock hard and not very nice, so I don't normally eat tin butter beans. But those are gorgeous. I say they're giant butter beans. And out of all those things, I haven't tried a lot, but out of all those things, I think they're my favourite. They're so nice. So that's that. That's what I've been doing this week, and I'll be cooking with those this week. So, I don't know, they're saying about the shelves being empty. I've noticed the last couple of times I've been to the supermarket, they haven't had any of the things that I normally like. We went to Asda, we got our Asda shopping yesterday, and they didn't have any of the ready meals that I normally buy. They were out. And I tell you what they were out of as well was fizzy water. There was no fizzy water. Every brand and every size bottle was out of stock, all of them. And it was the same when we went to Ocado. And the week before in Asda, they only had a couple of bottles. We had to buy some small bottles. So I don't know. So anyway, that meant that I haven't got any ready meals in this week. I usually buy one ready meal for us. So I'm going to be cooking. And so tonight we're having the black beans and rice. And tomorrow we've got some nice little new potatoes and sausages and salad that we're going to have. And I'll be using some more of these things to cook this week. I'll let you know next week what I try. I can't wait to try the chilli paste because we love chilies, we love anything hot. So, get on to the weigh-in, which is probably all that you actually wanted to see. Last week I weighed in at 10 stone and just half a pound. I am desperate to get into the 9 stones, and in the morning when I've been getting weighed without any clothes on, it said 9 stone something all week. So I'm hoping today, now that it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's Saturday again. I think my weigh-ins are going to be on Saturdays for a little while, just because Fridays are so busy at the moment. So I would love today at 3 o'clock, it is now, to weigh anything that says 9 stone, anything. So please keep your fingers crossed for me. Here we go.
Hello. It's ready.
I'm ready. Please, fingers crossed. I've got both my fingers crossed now.
9 stone, 13.4 pounds.
9 stone, 13.4. I can't tell you how good that is. At the beginning of this year, when I was 13 stone 8, and I had been a little bit more than that because I didn't actually officially weigh in until the 4th of January. It seemed, the idea of being in the 9 stones, it seemed unattainable. It really did. It seemed so far off and so unrealistic. I never imagined I would get here. So to have the scales say 9 stone something, and it's another pound off. So really, I have actually already reached my August goals, as long as I don't put any back on till the end of August. Then hopefully I shouldn't need to lose any more for the next couple of weeks, just maintain, which would be fantastic. So let me know how you got on. I hope you've had a good week. Let me know if you've used any of these ingredients, or if you've got any other posh ingredients for me to try. If there's any other, good makes of things. Because I would really like to try a few of these, a few of the good things. I say I have no other vices apart from books. Books are my only vice. So I would like to try some of these things, and I'm going to definitely try a couple of the recipes out of the Ottolenghi book. There's one there for hummus which I might start with. It looks the easiest one. Some of them seem a little bit way out to me, but you never know. Especially the preserved lemons. If anyone's tried those, let me know what you did with them. That's all for this week. Have a lovely week and have a nice weekend. Hope everyone's enjoying the start of the football season again, which we've enjoyed. And I shall see you next week. So take care. Bye.